How's it going, everyone? And today in this video, as you guys can tell by the title of it, I'll be reviewing the special that the WWE aired on the WWE Network last night entitled WWE 24 Seth Rollins Redesign, Rebuild, Reclaim. Of course, it's part of their WWE 24 series or documentary series that they do sporadically. They'll do one every now and then. And this is the most recent one, of course, highlighting Seth Rollins' injury up until his return at Extreme Rules in that 6-7 month period of time. Pretty much filming. Going throughout it, with his progress and everything. So pretty much, yeah, a documentary on him from his injury to his return. And I wasn't going to make a video on it, but the documentary is so good. I felt like I had to make a review on it. So I'm going to go ahead and give you my thoughts on the documentary. If you guys have not seen it yet, please go watch it now on the WWE Network. It is absolutely phenomenal. It is excellent. I thought WWE did a fantastic job. And I will say this, this is one of the best pieces WWE has ever done out of anything, even documentaries, network specials, the DVDs, anything. This is one of their greatest pieces they've ever done. I thought this was absolutely excellent. I thought this was by far the best WWE24 episode so far. It's just such an incredible, emotional, inspirational story behind Seth Rollins, regardless how you feel about him. Some people love him, some people like him, some people don't like him, some people hate him. Regardless of your feelings on him, I think you'll have every respect in the world for Seth Rollins after watching this network special on him. Just to chronologizing his life, his journey from from when he started up until main event WrestleMania 31, you'll gain so much respect for him, and he shows so much love for professional wrestling. It's just, you can't deny how much this man loves professional wrestling. I thought just the production value was phenomenal as well. Even the music videos, because they had 3 different music videos, or pretty much typical highlights, and of course the song with the music videos. They had 3 of those. I thought all 3 of them were just spectacular. The music was perfect, and I just thought it was so well produced. I thought it was just, this was something that you would have never guessed WWE was able to put together, because it was just that good. It was fantastic, and I really enjoyed it. I definitely think everyone needs to check this out. In the documentary, of course, there's a spider in my wall. Oh well. Of course, in the documentary, starts off with him and his injury. Him talking about his injury, talking about how it happened. Movie did it 1,000 times. So of course, it's the one time where his leg caves in, and he didn't think it was that bad at first. But of course, he got the MRIs. It showed that it was way worse than he thought it was going to be, and ended up being out for 6 to 9 months. That was the timetable return, and it shows him going to the surgery. You get some footage of him, getting, opened up and whatnot. He cuts a little promo after, the surgery, all drugged up. So that was pretty funny, to be perfectly honest, watching him cut a promo while he's kind of, not even all there because he's all drugged up, which is kind of funny, like I said. So that was pretty funny. But throughout it, it's cut in sections. It'll do a section where it's the redesign section, the rebuild section, then of course the reclaim section. And throughout it, you'll have, they'll show like clips of him arriving at Extreme Rules, talking about, before his return. They'll show clips of, surgery, and they'll have rehab sections. They actually show different days of rehab, like day 1 rehab, he's in there, and they'll go like day 75 or something like that, and show the progression of him from, his first day of rehab to his last. So I thought that was really good as well. But you have him rehabbing, showing him at his home, pretty much just relaxing and, living life that he never usually gets to live because he's always on the road. So it was nice to see him at his home. You got a lot of interviews too with his, parents, his stepdad, his mom, and his dad, which was pretty damn cool. His brother. So that was really cool to see them be interviewed for this. Just shows him his childhood love for wrestling, which really went to death too with his childhood. It showed him with the Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan, wrestle buddies, wrestling them. Him wrestling on his trampoline, which he's doing freaking jumping 10 feet in the air. It seemed like he was going really high. And talk about how he started his own federation with his friends. And used to do, backyard wrestling, went on a trampoline, and they actually drew crowds, which was really cool to see. And he took him back to his old home, his dad's house in the basement, where, it was pretty much his chill zone with his friends. They'd hang out and just watch wrestling and, go through how much they love wrestling there. And that was good to see. They took him back, to the past and showed some of his early stuff. Showed one of his matches. Well, not in its entirety, but clips of his matches with AJ Styles in 2006, where you had AJ commenting on it as well. You had some comments of other guys like Austin Aries, Cesaro, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens commenting on their matches with Seth Rollins and working with him on the independents and seeing, how much of a hard worker he is and how great he is, and he's pretty much how far he's come since their days of first meeting him and now where he's at now. You got a nice glimpse of him in his wrestling school, Black and Brave Wrestling School. You got a nice glimpse of him, there helping out the people training. So it was cool to see him helping out, future wrestlers. And it was just cool to see WWE acknowledge that he has his own wrestling school, so that was nice to see. You saw his intense rehab and testings that he took. That one test where he was testing the stability of his knee, where he had to just keep lifting it up and down. Well, I guess it had pressure on it. I'm not sure the extent of the test, but it looked pretty painful. His face was turning purple because that's how hard he's pushing himself. That looked very intense. So yeah, a lot of moments of his rehab, and you saw a lot of things of him just training his knee, the pain he was suffering, just everything going through rehab and whatnot. You saw him go through that. You saw his reaction to Daniel Bryan's retirement. That really hit home for him because him and Daniel Bryan wrestled this kind of similar styles, and he felt like Daniel Bryan's career could end that quickly. He doesn't know, like maybe one day he'll wrestle his last match and won't even know it because his career is going to be over just like that. Even though Daniel Bryan retired because of concussions, you never know. He might suffer some kind of injury that could be his last match, and he'll never be able to wrestle again. So that really kind of put him in perspective and really kind of scared him to make change his style a little bit. So that was a nice piece to see him, talk about Daniel Bryan. Showed him arriving in Dallas for WrestleMania weekend, him going there, going to the NXT show, which you actually can see me during the clips of the NXT show in the back in the right corner. In the video, over here I guess, because when I'm recording it, it's flipped, so when I flip it, it'll look like I'm pointing left when this is my right actually when I'm recording it, but the right will be right here. Yeah, you saw him, him watching the NXT show, and then of course him doing his access session, and of course going to WrestleMania, and you can see him watching WrestleMania. He's so depressed watching WrestleMania because he's just watching it, and he just wishes he was in the show, and the fact that he couldn't make it because his goal was to make it in time for WrestleMania when he got injured, but the fact that he didn't really hurt him, and you can tell why watching the show he was depressed as can be, and he just right in the show ended, he just bolted because he didn't want to be there anymore, and you really felt for him. You really felt the pain because, like I said, that was his number one goal when he got injured, was to come back in time for WrestleMania. It's the biggest WrestleMania of all time, and the fact that he couldn't perform at that show in front of all those people, that really took a toll from him and really devastated him. And then, of course, weeks later, you saw him in the ring, finally, jumping around the ring at the Performance Center, getting his knee ready back into shape. He was very scared to hit the pedigree, but he said, fuck it. Those are his words. And then he did it in the ring and, kind of tested his knee and found out it was pretty good to go. And, of course, that, to top it off, he, saw his return on Extreme Rules and pretty much the thoughts went through his mind. Him and Vince backstage after and everything. So, it was, a great piece, like I said. I can't put this over enough. The WWE did an excellent job. Like I said, you will gain all the respect in the world for Seth Rollins. He's just a guy from a small town that's living his dream as a professional wrestler, and what more can you ask for as a child, just to live your dream? And the love he has for it, the dedication you put into it, you see the hard work he does just to get back into the ring, and it's incredible, and it's very emotional, like I said, and very inspirational as well. And like I said, one of the best WWE pieces I think you'll ever see. And I think this is just a small preview of a future Seth Rollins documentary when he gets his own DVD eventually. I think if this is a small taste of it, I can only imagine how amazing his DVD is going to be when they actually go into detail about him as a child and him going into the wrestling world and how he broke into it and everything. So I think it'll just be just as amazing if he gets a full-length documentary. But yeah, it's about an hour long too, so it's a very great special. Like I said, you just utmost respect for Seth Rollins. He's always been one of my favorites. He's actually one of my favorite wrestlers in the independents. When I started watching independent wrestling in 2010, it was him, Kevin Owens, and Roderick Strong. Those are the three I took notice to immediately when I started watching independent wrestling. So to see him, come, even though I got his last glimpse of his independent career, it's really incredible to see how far he's come, and it's really amazing. But yeah, that'll do it for my review, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, just a very great, special here in Seth Rollins. Excellent stuff. Really recommend it. Hope you guys check it out. If you haven't, like I said, just need to check it out right now because it's absolutely amazing, and it's really, really good. That's all I'm going to say about it. But yeah, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And until next time, I'll see you guys there. Thank you guys once again for watching the video.